back to We Just Want a Podcast. I'm Liana.
I'm Carol.
And I'm Donna.
So what's up, everybody? Thanks for checking us out. Again, this is just a podcast of three friends living in the Bay Area, just doing life together. So for this episode, we wanted to dive into how your quarantine life has been going, with a little bit of like dipping our toes into maybe mental health. What are some of the activities that you guys have been doing, and just having a good conversation, because this is a time to connect, if anything. So yeah, how are you guys doing?
I've been on and off, to be quite honest, just because right now I'm not working, so I have a lot more free time than a lot of people, and I've just been catching up with my family, obviously, because now I'm staying with my family in the meantime. Back when I would live in with my roommates, I would only see my parents like once a week, and that would be our time to catch up and spend some quality time. And now that I am living with them, I don't feel the need to do that anymore, just because I see them every day, all day, every day. So it's been good to see them more, but I definitely don't really have that quality time with them as much, just because there's not really much to update them on. But I still spend a lot of time with them, just like hanging out, whether it's in the living room or in the dining area where we eat dinner together and stuff like that. So definitely seeing them has been helping me with just killing time. But other than that, I've also been, catching up on Netflix. I still have a long list of shows that I still need to watch. So
what are you watching right now?
My time. Right now, I am catching up on the new season of Riverdale.
Yeah.
Honestly, that show has like progressively got worse, but I'm the kind of person that watches a show from start to end, no matter how bad it is. So, when the quarantine started, I was watching the show called The Originals, which is a spinoff from The Vampire Diaries.
Oh my
for
God.
anyone who watches it.
Dude, they're so hot in there.
Yeah.
Can't.
It's pretty crazy, and like everyone has a really great part that kind of adds to the story, so it kind of gets really attention grabbing. And then once that last episode of the series ended, I was like crying because I was like, I can't believe
oh
the show
yeah, no,
ended.
that was a good ending though.
Yeah, I was very happy with the ending. So the next show on my list is Legacies, which is another spinoff, but they're only on the second season right now. So yeah.
Is that a show that's kind of being made right now?
Yeah, so they're on their second season right now. The show is basically about like the Salvatore school, where like it's just a bunch of supernatural beings learning. And it's like high school, basically like the Vampire Diaries, except like everyone's supernatural except for like one person. And then like the twins from the Vampire Diaries are in the show, and then who's Klaus Michelson's daughter is in the show too. So like it's all like the next generation of
yeah. I was gonna say, like, is it like
people.
The new era?
Yeah, basically it's the new era. But then they're back in Mystic Falls. So and then Alaric, who is in the Vampire Diaries, is like the dad of the show. So he's just like kind of overseeing everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was a show. I mean, I didn't know that the show was coming out at all.
Yeah. So I think that's their latest spin-off of like kind of like that world of in the CW. So also like to wait until everything's kind of like not soaked in, but like more seasons are in there, so that way I can binge watch it. So I'm kind of waiting on that show, which is why I'm not really like trying to watch it right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hate like waiting for a series because then I get so like restless about it.
I know,
like,
me too.
And then I would have to watch like the previous season to remember for the new season. I'm like,
exactly.
I'd rather just watch all the series.
Right. So anyway, Donna, are you watching any shows?
I am in this K-drama fiend right now. I'm watching What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. So, a lot of people are on the Itaewon class hype. And I'm in the hype too. I finished it. I love that series. But he's also in another series called What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. And oh my Lord, I love it so much. I'm in my feels with it because He's like, remember how before I said my type is, the guy who likes to play it cool and doesn't want to, who does stuff for you but doesn't really say it. So that's him right now, and I'm in love, my lord. Everyone hop on it. It's on Hulu though, but that's what kind of sucks because I'm not a commercial type of girl either or ads. Like before, like what we said before that I wanted to keep running through, but no, I just gotta stay humble with my series because the commercials be coming.
At least the commercials are not like TV where it's like 5 minutes long, or like not each commercial, but like in total it's like 5 minutes long. So I'd rather go through the Hulu commercials because eventually the commercials kind of stop if you keep watching more and more.
True. No, but you know how with Netflix we get so spoiled with no commercials. So I'm so shook. Like when I see a commercial on my laptop, like even then with YouTube, there's commercial, like they put some ads in between like the scenes, I guess. And I'm like, what? Why are there ads going on my show? Because it's not something we don't really expect. Because growing up, you
Wait,
never see the ads.
do you not pay for Hulu or what?
I pay for Hulu. Well,
Then
The
why is there
basic
ads?
level,
no,
the
yeah,
basic
no,
level still has ads.
yeah.
Oh, so lame.
Yeah.
Okay,
You have to pay
wait.
more to have no ads.
I steal my sister's Hulu, so I'm grateful just to have an account to use in general. So I shouldn't really complain because I'm not even paying for the Hulu account. So shout out to my sister if you're listening to this. I'm using your Hulu.
Yeah, right now I have Hulu with Disney Plus as a bundle, so I'm just using it just because.
Nice, guys. Yeah, speaking of Disney Plus, I've been watching like Agent Carter as like a spinoff of the
Ooh.
Marvel universe. I know, Carol, you're a fan.
How do you like the show? I've never watched it.
So it's a good show, but it's like a little bit dark too. Like it's pretty violent. I watch it with my sister, and like I have to close my eyes when it comes to the violent parts. But it has like the same humor, Marvel humor, and like it pays tribute to like Captain America and like I forgot what her name was, but Agent Carter is like a hottie. So I was like, dang, like she's just this classic beauty. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's good. It's fine.
And where is that on? Is that on Hulu or Netflix?
No, that's on Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus. You're right. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried watching that show, but like, from the Marvel shows that are out right now, I like the Netflix ones more than the one that were on television, like what's that called? Agents of Shield, and then
Yeah.
Agent Carter. Like those are not as great, but then like when Daredevil came on and like Iron Fist, that whole like trilogy, even though like Iron Fist is not that great, but I like the Netflix versions of the Marvel universe that way than like the Agent Carter and like Agents of Shield. But yeah, they always pay tribute to like the movie characters too, just because they're all kind of from the same universe.
True. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't even watched Agent Carter yet. How do you know you won't like it? It's good.
No, that's just what I've been hearing. Yeah. I tried to give Agents of Shield a try, but their first season was actually pretty horrible, so I stopped watching it. But I do want to get back into it because I feel like I would need to know the whole story of the universe by watching those shows too, even if they're not that great. So we'll see. I have a long list, like I said.
So what else have you guys been doing? I mean, the days are kind of like blurred for me. I don't know about you guys, but I think I've reached that point where it's like this is a new normal now. I'm getting used to my routine, and yeah.
Well, what? It's been 2.5 months, almost 3 months of shelter in place.
That fast?
So it's like, yeah, because it started mid-March, right? And we're basically almost done with May. Yeah, like I feel like kind of getting the hang of things of just, being quarantined or shelter in place. So it's definitely a new normal that I'm pretty much used to now. But then once things start opening back up, I feel like that's another adjustment we'll have to do because now we can kind of go to the places we used to go, but like a lot more rules and like things that we have to follow.
Yeah.
So that will be another adjustment as well.
I think I saw an article that Gavin Newsom is gonna like open up other more like counties, but for sure, like the Alameda and the Santa Clara County, they're not gonna open up anytime soon.
Like, you don't think so?
Yeah.
I think they're still in the stages of kind of reopening stuff though, because like even though shelter in place is like extended indefinitely, they're still doing this opening up stages that Gavin Newsom was talking about.
Yeah, like the other counties, they're going to be in phase 3, and we didn't even start phase 2 yet.
Well, whatever happens, I think that it might be a good conversation for us to talk about, what are your hopes post-quarantine? I know that for me, it's been a good reset button in a way, although it wasn't what I wanted in the first place. I had plans to travel, y'all.
Same.
But I think that it is what it is, and now I'm kind of looking forward and being optimistic about the future. So I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on what would it mean for you when the new normal hits? Because, for example, like, I think there was a post that I saw. It's like, though we miss our sense of certainty, our sense of normalcy, but you got to admit that, like, life was going really fast for us, and maybe we were taking things for granted. And, and I think us three are a bit privileged to actually have time and still have income coming in. I know that we're all weathering a storm, but I also wanted to be aware that we might not all be on the same boat. But I think we're still in a good place right now to even have this conversation. But what are your hopes for the future?
I think this quarantine has helped people realize how much they can do at home and normally do outside. So like working out, for instance, a lot of people don't really work out at home. They like pay for a gym membership, or they, work out outside. And then now like a lot of the gyms have offered virtual videos where people who take the classes can do at home. And then you actually realize like, wow, why am I paying for a gym membership when I can do everything at home? I think the only thing they don't really get to do is like barbell stuff where you need like the whole equipment. But
I know it's all out of stock on Amazon.
but then you realize like they can have that stuff at home if they invest in it and then have a place to like do all that. So I think a lot of people are realizing that. And then also just like people who are working from home, like I know my company, a lot of people do work on site or work in the office because it helps with collaboration, and like in-person conversation is a lot more productive. But now people are seeing that you can still be productive by working from home and still having like Zoom calls, or for me it's like Google Meet calls and stuff like that. So if it's to get conversation and going to get stuff done, like they can easily do that through video conferencing systems.
Right, and not having to travel anywhere or like hopping on planes.
Exactly. And then on top of that, like offices are already at max capacity, like before quarantine. So now like companies are realizing that they don't really need to have everyone on site, which kind of helps relieve the real estate that they have to have all their employees on site. With that said, there's just a lot of things that we can do at home rather than being in the office. So it's pretty interesting, like how this quarantine has people realize like what we can actually do without having to be in person.
True.
And I do wonder, like, I know there's been conversations, especially in Silicon Valley amongst the tech companies. Like, for example, Twitter decided to have their employees work from home indefinitely, like forever if they want to. And I wonder, like, with the housing prices in the Bay Area is already so high, but now that people have the freedom to choose to go and live wherever, I wonder what that's going to do to the housing market. Because I know for sure, like, I would hope to own a home someday, but unless I make like $1 million or something per year, it's like, do I really wanted to invest in that much? But I kind of can't wait to see what happens there. But I know personally, like my mom, before, like her boss was like, no, working from home is not an option for you. But now that, and she had to commute like an hour and a half each way each time. And that took a lot of her productivity away. And now that they have to adapt otherwise to stay in business. And now I think employers are starting to see like this is a really viable option. But Donna, I know that you work at Costco and you are amongst the hero essential workers of our time right now. Like, I don't know, like how's that mindset been like for you, going to work every day and having to put on a mask and knowing that like your health might be at risk?
I mean, it's crazy to see for the most part, just to see how everyone is adapting to it, both negatively and positively. I mean, fortunately, I don't have to be at Costco 40 hours straight. I'm only there part-time until I can go back to my other job. But even then, just wearing a mask for the amount of hours that I'm there is kind of hard. But I have nothing to complain about. Did you guys see the video of some guy kind of complaining about wearing a mask at Costco?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that to me itself is kind of crazy, how he only has to probably wear 15, 30 an hour minutes of his time at the Costco when there's portable AC, there's air going through, but there's other essential workers and healthcare workers who have to wear the mask 8 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours straight. So the fact that he was kind of ignorant about that kind of really hurt my feelings, or he's not thinking of himself, his family, but the people around him. We all have to play our part, and like you said before, Liana, how we're privileged in a way just to do what we can. I guess he does not practicing, he's not doing his due diligence to helping people out.
Mm.
But for the future, I really do hope that people are more appreciative of the essential workers and healthcare workers, just
Mm-hmm.
because they're putting a lot on the line without not knowing a lot of things. I've met people personally who had COVID-19, and just hearing their stories of what they're going through, what their families are going through, what's it doing to their mental health. Like, it's a serious issue, or even though we don't get to see it or experience it, and luckily we don't have to, it's a real thing out there, and it's pretty scary.
I also had this thought where, Donna, you mentioned about mental health and how it kind of came into the spotlight, especially right now. I think I can see the progress where society kind of is inching towards removing that stigma. At least we can say like, how's your mental health? I think before people would be like, are you crazy? Or like, it's just behind closed doors. And I wanted to ask you guys, how are you guys taking care of your mindsets right now? Is there any specific resources that you've been using? I know shows it's a good way to kind of escape for a little bit, but I do know like once I binge too much in shows, I become like a literal couch potato, and like, I feel really unproductive. So yeah, are there any books or any other creative outlets that you guys have been doing, or at least people that you follow on social media that you're like, cool, like it's keeping me grounded?
I mean, I like how right now people are using mental health as a way to understand people. Like, you can see, oh, they're going through things, and you want to be more considerate because you don't want to ruin their mental health. And then I think you asked, what are we doing to improve our mental health, or what was the question?
It's more like, how are you guys just staying healthy, staying well, and just taking care of your mindset right now?
So I think with this quarantine, I've been reading a lot. Like, I think I said in the self-love episode how I'm reading You Are a Badass. And I remember reading that book on my break at Costco. And then someone's like, Donna, you don't need to read that. You're already a badass. But that like
Oh.
justifies for me that people still think I'm a badass. But even then, just trying to, and I remember telling them that the reason why I'm reading is because I want to, elaborate more of that badassery in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also saw this quote like a long time ago that kind of sticked in my mind, in terms of not me, but the people around me, how you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. So I've been like, does that make sense? You can't
Can
change
you
the people
explain
around you.
that?
Yeah. So, I mean, so you can't, the beginning part, you can't change the people around you, like making someone do something because you want them, but you can change the people around you. So the people who you're surrounded with. And then that's why I love my group of friends, and like the people in my family, because those are the people surrounding me. And I think whoever is in like my friend circle, I can go to them like 100% that they are giving me, that good energy that I want as friends, giving me the advice and criticism and or opinions that they can see best fit for me, that they're telling me this because they see, my mental health needs to be improved or something like that.
Mm, I see.
Yeah, I want to kind of jump on that or piggyback off of that because when I think about a month into shelter in place, I was starting to get anxious of like being so cooped up at home because for
Yeah.
me, I'm an extrovert, so I like being around people and having the social interaction. Not being able to see a lot of my friends except for my roommates, even though I love my roommates, like I just needed that more social interaction with people. So definitely those virtual calls have been really helping just because I'm with a lot of old friends. I have like groups of people that I catch up with on Zoom or Google Hangouts. So it's been really good to just have those standing hangouts with them just to catch up, seeing what they're doing, seeing people playing on Animal Crossing and stuff like that. I have a group of friends that I play Catan with because now there's like a version of Catan virtually where you can just play with friends online. So I've been doing that like almost every week with this group of friends.
Really?
Yeah, it's been really fun. But yeah, so we'll always play that. And then even like the virtual raves that have been happening, we'll have a Google Hangout just to like hang out through that and then watch the rave separately or on like your TV screen or on another laptop. So that's been helping too. But just catching up with friends, like even if they're just kind of hanging out with you virtually, but you guys aren't really talking, like just having that social interaction really helps me. Just to be more like socially interacting. I feel like I've said that so many times, but just interacting with people that because I can't physically see them or be with them.
No, I agree. I think that, like, for example, one of my best friends, she actually lives in LA right now, and she just FaceTimed me, and we just folded our clothes together on FaceTime.
How
Yeah.
cute.
So
Yeah,
it's
sometimes
just
we'll just eat.
nice. Right.
Even just like
Yeah.
eating dinner, just silently, or even like catching up on stuff like arts and crafts. Like my roommate Kristen does like arts and crafts while we're hanging out on Google Hangouts. So it's
Oh my God,
like
Kristen is
she'll do
so
that.
creative, dude. What is she up to now? What is she doing?
Well, in the beginning, she was solving a lot of puzzles, and now she's doing like online puzzles, and then or not puzzles, like virtual escape rooms. Because now you can do that. I actually just
What?
played a virtual
Virtual
escape room.
Can
room?
we do that? Can we do that? I want to do
Yeah,
that.
it's
No,
really
I'm
fun.
down.
Yeah, it's really fun. We only paid like $10 as a group too, so it's cheaper than the actual
What?
escape rooms.
Yeah.
Yo.
So
But
we can definitely pay that one day.
if we do the virtual escape room, I'm that, the person in the back entertaining the solvers. So keep in mind that when we actually do it, I'm those people. We should do like the type of people you are during an escape room, and I'm definitely the person in the
Oh
back
yeah.
entertaining people. But go
Okay,
on.
yeah, I'm the one, cheerleading them. I can't figure shit out. I'm like, I think that's a good guess.
Yeah, go ahead, solve it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by people who love escape rooms. So even if I'm into it, like there's more people or other people that are more into it. So they end up like solving everything. I'm just like, oh,
Mhm.
I didn't really solve anything, but I love this. It's definitely
Yeah.
one of those people who love escape rooms. So I'm always playing with her on escape rooms. But she does the virtual ones where you can play either on your own or you can play in a group. And then
Oh, you
obviously if
can
you
play
play
on
in a
your
group,
own?
it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one that we played last week where it was like a heist, art heist, and then you just have to like find out who the person that stole the paintings, and then like there's a bunch of PDFs that you
Ooh.
look through as the clues, and then you use
Yeah.
That's
you look at
cool.
all the clues to figure out like who it is, where he's gone next, how do you catch him, and stuff like that. So
Wait, is it an
pretty
app
cool.
or are you on a website?
No, it's a website.
Can
It's a
you
Okay.
send it
website.
to me? Send it
Yeah.
to me. What's a
Yeah,
website?
there's
What's a
like
website?
I don't know it on the top of my head, but I
Ah,
will
man.
send it to you. Yeah, because my friend Brittany, she found it, and then because me and Kristen and the rest of our friend group are really into escape rooms, then she showed it to us, and then we were like, yeah, we're down because we were having a girls' night anyways, and it wasn't a
Mhm.
long game. And the other thing is that it's not time limit or there's no time to it, so you can take as long as you want or short as you
Good.
want. But obviously, if you want to like do it if you want to do it, you want to kind of time yourself too, but they're actually playing the game. There's no limit.
Yeah, I think when I do escape rooms, it's the time limit that gets me effed up. Like, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. I just need more time, people.
And if anything, I fuck with people's like mental game, because I'm like the time's running out, hurry up. But I'm not doing nothing. I'm just reminding them what time we got. I'm like, fuck, we got 10 more minutes, and I'm just sitting in the back. That's definitely me.
You're so stressful.
Yeah, I don't look at the time anymore because that just stresses me out. So I'm just like, okay, we just need to go clue to clue so we can get out, and then that's all that matters. Yeah.
All right. So we'll put the link down at our YouTube description then once you find out, so everybody can join in.
I'll do that. Yeah, but I've also noticed just a lot of games that you would usually play in person or like outside, like they're starting to be more virtual. So like the escape room, I explained that, and then Catan, I explained that too. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think innovation or just a different way of thinking is just accelerated with this. And I think it's a good thing. I think this is a really great moment for positive change. And for example, at my work, like we were supposed to have engineers come and physically be with us in person, but then we're kind of currently exploring avenues of like, what does a virtual setup look like? And there's some companies out there, I don't know if you guys played Minecraft, where like you build a campus and you can interact with them. Though it's not the same as like being actually in the same room with someone, but they have birds kind of going. So psychologically, if you're outside of the beach online, it kind of makes sense, or like you feel like there's still room for collaboration. So there's that too from a professional aspect. And then in terms of like having fun, for me, there's like, for example, we would meet up and play trivia online.
Or Jackbox.
On Jackbox, that's really popular. And then we also did a volunteering activity where I think it was the Smithsonian Museum, where one of my coworkers actually signed us up. And what you do is that you take a look at old documents and you transcribe it and help volunteer to, like, whatever was written on paper, you type it up. So people can listen to it audio, or like, it's really cool because we would see like letters from like war or something, and it's like letters to lovers, or like
that's cool.
That's
So you're just like trying to read what's on the document and then putting it into like not another document, but that way it's easier
like a text
to read.
Box. Right. Yeah, because these are like
digitally.
Have it digitally. Because these are like people's handwriting, and you just help to transcribe it. So if we weren't in the situation right now, I don't think I would have known about it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Anyway, but one cool thing that I also wanted to mention, and kind of has been in my thoughts lately, is that I attended this speaker session, and he's the author of Super Survivors. I guess he's a psychologist as well. And one quote that he had, his name is Lee Daniel Kravitz, is that resilience is as simple as just taking a deep breath during difficult moments. I always thought that resilience had to mean like you just trudge on and you just keep going no matter what. But I think it's also very important for us to acknowledge that it's a highs and lows right now. It's a roller coaster of emotions. If you guys know me, like, I'm pretty emotional in the first place.
LOL.
So being in this situation, it just kind of made me realize that, like, to be more grounded and to kind of acknowledge that whatever feeling that I have, just breathe through it and it'll pass. And every moment has its moment. Every moment has its moment.
Yeah. And it's also good to like just take breaks. If you keep trudging on, eventually your energy level will kind of exponentially go lower. So just taking breaks to like either do something else, or for me, I like to take a nap.
Yeah.
To like refresh your brain
Exactly.
before you do anything else, because if you don't give yourself that break, then you just won't have the energy or the motivation to even keep going. So the breaks really do help me, especially when I'm at work and I'm just like, oh, I have back-to-back meetings and I have
Mm-hmm.
no break. But
Yeah.
then like if I end a meeting early, like I take advantage of that and kind of give myself shut eye just for a few minutes, just so I can like restart back fresh.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And I also
Mm-hmm.
have a few friends where they're like, oh, I see people being so productive and they're baking and they're writing, whatever, but I haven't been doing anything and I feel so bad about it. And I'm like, no, you don't have to. I think everybody has a very different way of responding to things, and you don't have to do anything if you can't.
Yeah, it's totally
Um,
okay to do nothing at this
Yeah.
point,
mhm.
I kind of feel that way because I have the highs and lows of my productivity level. Sometimes I could be really productive and I'll like clean the whole house, and then some days I'm just like napping the whole entire day. So I definitely agree with that point of being okay to just relax, or lay on the couch if you want to, or if you feel that's like splurge of energy to be productive, then take advantage of that too.
Also important for you to realize that though it's social distancing, I think it's more like physical distancing. I think you need to know that whenever you need to have that connection with someone, reach out, because I'm pretty sure that the person at the other side of the line would love to hear from you too. Because I know some people are like, I can do this by myself, or I don't need anybody. But truth of the matter is, I'm sure that you do, but in a way where it's like it's okay to reach out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, like at the end, the person who's on the other side, they're probably so glad that you reached out. Cause I know, like, for me and my friends, we don't normally text each other on a daily basis. But when we do, like, I get so happy just the fact that someone's
Yeah.
hitting me up, and or the fact that they want to have a conversation again. And it just feels so sweet. But so shout out to my friends.
So what have you guys been taking advantage of buying since the quarantine? Since we're on the topic of quarantine.
Oh God, dude. Amazon is like doing so well. I don't know how rich Jeff Bezos is, but he's probably richer now.
Right?
Jeez. I've been like buying like creative stuff, like markers, coloring books, colored pencils, anything. Just random shit, y'all.
Yeah. There's a lot of sales right now, not just on Amazon, but like a lot of people are buying clothes right now just because it's like either 30% off or site wide, or there's like a lot more coupon codes out just to like buy stuff. Um to be honest, I haven't really bought anything other than my AirPods, but even buying my AirPods on Amazon, I was able to get like $14 off, which is like really rare because usually Apple products are not on sale. So I definitely took advantage of that.
I think I've been buying like a lot more cabinets or drawers because I've been finding a lot of my random old shit. I need someplace to put it. And I mean, like I said before, I'm like been redecorating my room, so I've been buying a lot of home stuff, and I cannot
Yes.
wait for Marshalls and Ross to be open.
Dude,
So,
me
sir or
too.
ma'am, if you are the CEO of Ross, just let me in. I just that's
I
all
deem
I
you
ask.
essential. My God,
What are
that is
you
what's good for my mental health.
I
Marshall.
love Ross.
what are you trying to get there?
Like home good stuff. Honestly, that
Everything.
store is the best store. It's so underrated. People
Yes.
are always judging Ross and Marshalls and Home Goods. No, that
Right?
is that is
TJ Maxx,
that
let
is
me throw that.
life. Like I respect all of that stores. Oh,
God, I miss it so
Actually don't
much.
shop at any of those stores
What
except for
is wrong with you? You've been missing
Yeah,
out.
walk in
I
and you will go out
know.
with hella shit. I promise
Right?
you that.
Yep.
Is it
Or
because
even
it's on
then,
sale or
you're
low
gonna
prices?
yeah. I think it
It's
is.
just so cute stuff.
Yeah,
Like things that
and
you
even
didn't
then,
think you need.
Yes. And or if you walk in there, you'll be like, oh my God, I bought that for $15 at Ross. It's probably $5. Sure. I'm with the saving. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yep.
that's funny because Ross is close to my house, yet I've never gone there. Or never gone to that location. I've gone to those two locations before. Or
Where do you go?
those two stores before.
So where do you go?
I just
Where
go
do you
to like Target.
Oh, come on, Carol. Target.
Let me tell you.
Like,
Right now, I bought a cabinet or like a nightstand for $45 at Target. I swear to God, I will.
right?
When Ross opens, I'm gonna
Yep.
find that same damn nightstand for probably $20 or
Yep.
something. Oh,
Yep. I'm looking for a mirror, like a full-length mirror for my backyard because we're building out an actual gym there. And then like at Target, it was like $50. I was like, what the freak? I'm pretty sure like Marshall's has one for like 20 or like 16.
Right.
And it's like the fancy kind. And I'm like,
Maybe I'm the kind of person who likes the one-stop shop. So since Target has not just like home improvement stuff, then
uh-huh.
I just kind of shop everywhere all over the store.
Well,
No.
just go. We need to. We're taking you.
Do
dude.
It's really
do
close
some
to my
diligence
house.
to your do some diligence to your wallet. Ross is where to go.
Yeah, my parents were criticizing me the other day because I think I was at Lucky's and I was just kind of picking stuff based on what I wanted. And they're like, you're not going to look at the price. I was like, if I want it, I don't care about the price.
Wow, we got a big spender over here.
Baller.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm that way. Sometimes I care about the price and sometimes I don't. It depends on what it is. Maybe it's like when I look at the price for certain things, I'm like, oh, maybe I can find something cheaper. But if I'm just kind of like, I know I want it, so just spend the money, then I'll go for it.
Yeah.
True. I mean, with Ross and Marshalls, you do have to kind of like hunt. But I'm just saying, dude, like you just find stuff you didn't think you need and it's a life changer. So, okay, I rest my case. I think my point has been proven.
Okay, Leona, I'll
Yeah.
see you at Ross when it
I'll
opens.
see you soon. Yeah.
Do you know if it's opening soon? Is
I
it
don't
part of like the reopening
No,
phases?
I don't think it's an essential store. As sad as it is, it's not. I don't think it's gonna open.
All right, guys. So I want to move on to kind of what's been making you laugh lately. Because right now, my wallpaper on Zoom is actually a toilet paper wallpaper.
Do you have that for meetings?
Yes. Happy hour.
Hey, good times roll. Let the
good times roll.
roll.
There we go. So this is my favorite wallpaper right now. But moving to like a fun topic is that what has been your favorite memes that you saw recently or like anything that you want to share? Anything funny?
Not really memes, but I have a list of COVID-19/quarantine pickup lines that I found.
Ooh,
So
I
I'll
want to
read
hear them.
I
Mhm.
want to
hear
read a
'em.
few off. Without you, my life is as empty as the supermarket shelf.
Oh,
God.
that's sweet. Okay, what else?
Baby, do you need toilet paper? Because I can be your Prince Charming.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh, another one is since all of the public libraries are closed, I'm checking you out instead.
Well, all right then.
Okay.
I saw you from across the bar. Stay there. This is similar to the quarantine one, but you can't spell virus without you and I.
Oh god. That's cute. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I have.
Oh god.
You know, I cringe like pickup lines, but I love pickup lines. Like
Yeah.
I think I have like the worst reaction to them, but in my head I am laughing. I'm thinking about it all over again, but oh
I'm a
yes.
sucker. I'm a sucker for them too. Yeah. If you come at me with a pickup line, you probably will pick me up.
No, same. I won't probably react to it, but you got my attention just by your stupid ass pickup line for sure.
It's like at least he
Ugh.
tried.
I know. Oh. And like in my head, I'm thinking, fuck, that's hella funny. But did he use it on another girl? But
I know.
I'm like, ah!
Especially if you receive text, you're like, did he just paste to several girls?
Right? Like that's what they're doing on Tinder, just copying and pasting their pickup line. But hey, I will respond to it. I will respond.
But yeah, I think one of the funniest memes was like, before we used to cough to cover a fart, but now we fart to cover a cough.
Oh.
Fart.
Before we used to cough
Oh, okay, I got
to
you.
cover
I
a
got
fart,
you.
but now
Yes.
we fart to cover a cough. Or yeah.
Have you seen those gifs where like I forgot who it was. I think it was Steph Curry. He was like about to cough, but then he stopped. So it's just like a gif, just like yeah, because he was like doing a press conference or something.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
was funny.
Crazy world, man.
Should we move on to the fun fact?
Yes.
Yes.
Carol, what is our fun fact for today?
So, fun fact for those who are Harry Potter fans, this is for you.
Me.
So apparently 2 American actors wanted to be in the Harry Potter movies so badly that they offered to do it for free. Rosie O'Donnell and Robin Williams. But J.K. Rowling said no because she wanted a cast that was only British or Irish.
What?
Yeah,
You would
have you
only
noticed?
pay like professors then, huh? Well, I can see like Robin as a teacher.
I think he can do a British accent.
He can.
so,
He
too.
totally
He can,
Yeah.
but they didn't want him. I don't know.
I can see. What about Snape? Snape is not. What was
He's
his name?
British.
He's British.
Alan Rickman. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
British. Yeah. So yeah, the whole cast are only British or Irish. I believe the director of the first Harry Potter movie is American, because I remember hearing an American accent rather than a British accent when I was watching the behind the scenes of the Harry Potter DVDs that I did during quarantine as well.
Yeah, I know. I had the whole movie. I bought it from Amazon for like $80 for the whole thing. It's like, damn,
Sheesh.
$80.
I know, but I'll have it forever. Yeah.
Wait, do you guys have AT&T?
No. Why? Are you about to tell me that I didn't have to spend $80?
So AT&T has a specific data plan that you can have where it will give you a free access indefinitely to HBO Max, and the whole Harry Potter saga is going to be on HBO Max. Other than like Friends or Harry Potter, there's not really much to watch on it.
Oh.
Actually, if you like Game of Thrones, like all the HBO like classics, or not classics,
will be
HBO
on
originals will be on there. Yeah. So if you're a fan of Friends, it's going to be on HBO Max, which you can get if you have the AT&T Unlimited Elite plan for your data plan.
Was that a sponsor or something?
I know. We
It's
better
not
get sponsored for that.
Sponsored. It's not sponsored. Is that the end of our episode?
I think that's it. So we'll see you guys next week on Wednesday.
We just wanna Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.